Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today with our very first look at F1 life in F1 22, because a brand new gameplay features trailer just dropped earlier today, and it's really our first ever look at the new UI, the kind of vista, if you will, of F1 life. This new player hub we've been told about so much, but we've not really seen anything tangible in front of our eyes up until now. On top of that as well, a small snippet of the Supercars in action for the very first time in the F1 game, which is, I gotta say, I don't know if any of you guys agree with me, kind of odd to see, you know, Supercars working on the Ego Codemasters F1 engine, because I'm so used to just seeing the F1 cars, and obviously the safety car, but that's, you know, always going at a very snail's pace. It's odd to kind of see them drifting about F1 circuits in the engine we know the F1 game's been on for all this time. I'm going to take you through the screenshots of the F1 life section of the F1 22 features trailer. So this first scene, this vista, I believe this will be kind of one of the major parts of the game you're going to see a lot of the time in multiplayer loading lobbies, because as I've alluded to before in a video in the past, basically when you load into an F1 race now in the multiplayer section, you'll be met with this kind of vista screen where you can see there's multiple characters in this scene, and those are actually going to be all the players that are actually racing in that upcoming multiplayer lobby. Like, your individual characters will be next to each other. That's the kind of the premise of, you know, you might want to show off to your friends or other people, you know, in your lobby, basically, with the customization you've got on your characters, show off with the supercars that you've collected throughout the game and whatnot. And I believe also this and the other scene we're about to see, the kind of living room scene and whatever, I think that is going to also be the home of the actual main menu. So no longer will you see just a kind of screen full of little menu buttons. You'll actually be greeted with this, I believe, at the main menu, and this will be how you go to everything now on the F1 game in terms of navigating everything. We move on into the character customization. You've got casual and race wear. So a little bit later in the trailer, actually, it shows that distinction between, you've got your customizable character, you know, customized to however you want with, you know, very, you know, lots of different items, and then you switch over to race mode, you know, professional mode, and obviously you have your race suit, your helmet, etc, etc. But if we go back to this first scene, then you can see you've got different designs. I guess these are base designs to kick things off, and then you can go in and customize more. So you've got Splash of Blue, Red Hot, Midnight Vibes, Frostbite. Interesting names there, some very odd, interesting looks as well. If we delve in deeper, though, you've got then, you know, actual, you know, choosing the headwear, you know, accessories like sunshades. You've got tops, bottoms, shoes as well. So you've got headphones, you've got caps, so not just caps as well. So you've got headphones as well, so you don't need to actually have your guy with a racing cap. But of course, it'd be very F1, because F1 loves to put racing caps on drivers for extra sponsorship and whatnot. You've got the t-shirts, and like I alluded to in a previous video with the preview build, and just letting you know the information, here is now the first visual look at what I meant of, you can actually have real brands in the in this customization. So Anti-Social Club, you're going to have Puma stance in there. Puma, of course, for the actual footwear itself, so you're going to have a genuine, actual, real footwear in the game. So we've got Puma right now. I suspect surely there'll be other brands, but Puma is obviously very you know, synonymous with Formula 1. There's so many teams that are partnered with Puma, not just in F1 but also motorsport in general. You know, Puma has its own motorsport kind of social account and division, basically, so I can see why the tie-in would be with that. You've got Sparko as well. I imagine more brands will be added, and probably F1 and Cody's will be looking to add more brands, because I'm sure, you know, brands might pay to be in the game, potentially, of course. And as you can clearly see with all of this, you can see that icon on the top left of all these symbols, which indicates Pitcoin. So to get these items, you're going to have to spend Pitcoin in the game. So this is all microtransactions in the game, so you don't have to use them. You know, I'm sure a lot of people will not be using them, basically, including myself. I don't really know. I mean, I might be a bit of a hypocrite later down the line. I might purchase one or two little things here and there because they look really, really sick, but I mean, the novelty, I'm sure, will wear off maybe a little bit, and in terms of tangible gameplay, it doesn't really change that aspect. It's really just all visual stuff, which, again, to be fair, you know, that means you don't have to buy them. You don't have to actually have any any of this stuff to actually still play the game normally and affect things. But as I'll talk about a little bit later, that kind of, brings into question, could this effort been made back into my team to make further improvements to the ones we've only got right now. But we go to the race suit then, of course, so the usual, different overalls that we've had for the previous 2 games in F1 with My Team Career Mode, so customized overalls, helmet, gloves, cap, boots to match. You've then got also this other interesting area, which is basically your living room setting, which I think ties into the Vista we saw earlier on, basically, which was next to the supercar. So choose your this is kind of really weird, really weird to say in an F1 game, but you can choose your seating. You can choose the sofas you're going to get, wall art, which could be F1 themed or just random art deco, I guess, Pirelli ties and whatnot. Choose the flooring. You got this whole area, and that's all going to be the area of the main menu, basically. And then you've got the supercars, of course. So the supercars will feature in your kind of F1 Life hub area. You've got the supercar, which can be one of your cars, the Mercedes and the Aston Martin. You then got a Ferrari there as well, which, to be fair, looks very lovely. As someone who likes to look at supercars, cool. Will I be using them that much in an F1 game? I don't know, but, each to their own, basically. But, you've got, vistas of people looking at them and kind of goggling at them. And I guess that's the whole point of they're wanting it to be kind of a bit of like an area to show off, I guess. And that's what they're trying to play on. I think they're thinking that people will want to show off these things to their mates and whatnot. But I don't know. F1 gamers, F1 fans are a little bit different. We don't really, I don't know. I can't speak for the majority of people. And I guess time will only tell if people actually use F1 Life and buy things as much as EA and Cody's think. But I don't know, to me the majority of the F1 player base is not like other game player bases. We kind of just care about the actual tangible F1 aspects and less about the cosmetics, but I could be completely wrong, I don't know. But yeah, you've got some examples of a bunch of the different supercars that are going to be in the game, and the whole time, different players ogling at them. And then the trophy cabinet, this part I think is quite cool, a nice little virtual trophy cabinet, which I think I actually do enjoy, because when you're playing My Team Career Mode, it's now finally a way to show off your endeavors. You do all this racing and you don't really get to see your trophies and show them off in any kind of way, just be proud of them. So I do like this little tiny aspect of it. I do think it's going to be nice to show off. For example, that top trophy, the F1 World Championship, will you be able to get, multiple on the same little shelf, so you can kind of show off like, oh, I'm a triple world champion in the game, obviously on F1 22 in My Team Career Mode once you've played enough seasons. But like I just said, the question does have to be asked, how much are the majority of the player base here, us, how much are we going to actually use this, buy items? So let me know, sound off in the comments below, and don't sugarcoat it. Will you be doing any of this? Will you be playing and taking part in any of this with F1 Life and using pit coins or whatever? I mean, personally, I'll be completely honest, I just don't think I'll be using it that much. As I said, novelty items, if there's a sick sneaker, I might get it, I might be a hypocrite for saying that, but I will maybe get a sick sneaker because I am a sneakerhead myself. But outside of that, I just don't know. And this is clearly a lot of effort. It is well polished. Let's admit that it is well polished. It looks very nice and snazzy and very cool. But that just kind of brings me on to, that's a lot of effort then has clearly gone into this mode to build it out. And I just feel like, as someone who kind of just plays career mode and loves career mode and wants to see the F1 game just get better every single year for career mode, and it has done. We took leaps and bounds in F1 2019 to 2020 with My Team Career Mode. 2021, a step forward, not a massive leap forward on My Team Career Mode, but, to be expected because they were doing Breaking Point, so I gave them the benefit of the doubt of, okay, they spent a lot of time on the story mode. But then this year, no story mode, and so instead of spending effort on My Team to bring it forward even more so and have the same sort of leap and bound as we got from F1 2019 to 2020, instead, we've got F1 Life. I thought they could have done, things like building their own engine in My Team Career Mode, because obviously we know Red Bull are looking to build their own engine maybe in the future, partnership with Porsche potentially, we don't know. But things like building your own engine, how many ideas have we sounded off in so many game ideas videos about how you could take My Team Career Mode to that even next level that it's already a solid foundation at. So yeah, F1 Life, it looks snazzy, it is new, it's clearly had a lot of love and attention. Will it have a lot of love and attention by the player base? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed the video and at least found it informative, then be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new around here, get subscribed for more F1 22 gameplay for sure. When it comes out, I will be straight on it. But if you guys did also miss the previous video also on my team career mode, then be sure to go check that one out. But I'll see you guys around. Goodbye.